Hello, everybody. Welcome to Pacific Standard Guys. I am one of your hosts, Carter Briggs, and with me, as always, are my two co-hosts, Abel Stoika.
Hey.
And Mason Winter.
Hello.
Today, we are going to be talking about the movie Tales from Earthsea by Goro Miyazaki, directed by Goro Miyazaki, Studio Ghibli film. So, Abel, why don't you break it down? Break down the movie for us, Abel.
I don't remember exactly how it starts, but there's a kid and he kills his dad, and who's the king, and runs away. And then he meets up with this wizard guy named Sparrowhawk, and they run around and end up at this woman's farmstead. And then there's this girl there, and she's really awkward and doesn't like the main guy. And then there's an evil wizard named Cobb, which I don't know if it's just me, but I think the name Cobb is hilarious for a villain. I just couldn't stop thinking about corn.
I mean, it's definitely not sinister.
Yeah, it's not mean. It's not oh shit. But he was a really cool villain. And yeah, and at the end there's a dragon, which makes it our second dragon-themed movie in a row.
2 for 2.
We're basically a dragon podcast at this point. Do you guys like the dragon in this better than Saphira in Aragon?
So much, but I was going to say, my first note on this movie is what a banger opening. Just two dragons duking it out over a ship. And then a bunch of people on the ship going, what the fuck? That's never happened. Fuck. That means we're fucked.
It's a pretty solid opening, but I feel like that kind of continues the attitude of what the fuck's going on? Because there's not a lot of explanation of what is going on.
No. In fact, there's next to none.
I thought it was crazy that they had this opening scene with the two dragons, and there's just a bunch of people on the ship. And I don't know if I just wasn't paying attention, but nobody on that ship is a character in the movie, right?
No, the only thing that connects to those two dragons is that the king gets told, we saw two dragons fighting. And then he's like, harumph, that's not good. Better you go look into that, wizard man.
Yeah, the grand wizard, whatever.
Yeah, and then the grand wizard scuttles off, the king goes to his room, and then he gets stabbed.
Don't say Grand Wizard. Don't say Grand Wizard.
Nah, he's the Grand Wizard. He's the grandest of the wizards. He serves the king.
He kind of gave Grand Wizard vibes, Abel. He kind of seemed like
his robes were not great.
No, he seemed like a really sniveling, advisor type, That's Grand Wizard vibes.
The king gets killed. I feel like after that, didn't the kid, run away? And then do you ever see anybody from that opening scene again?
No. No.
That's crazy. That is so wild. It
does so little
hard to follow.
It does so little to explain why the kid stabbed his dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he just kind of does it, and then he's like, it's because I was afraid of the pressure of being the king's son.
But also
he had a demon in him.
But did he have a demon in him, or was his...
He had a demon in him.
No, because the demon turned out to be good. I think his soul was out of his body.
He purified the demon.
Oh. See, I wish that was explained.
It was that's... Okay. That's the problem. When they don't explain things, you have to perceive it how you want.
Yeah, and then there's 3 different perceptions of what happened.
It seemed to me that, all of the bad things within him kind of manifested in this bad version of him.
Yeah, but at the end, the bad version of him helps the girl. What's the girl's name? She's the coolest character in this show.
Because he resisted. Because he resisted Cobb.
But he didn't.
Yeah, he was under his spell and then he broke it.
But the girl broke it.
Exactly, and then he walloped Cobb.
No, but
I think
the spirit helps the girl find him.
Sort of.
The
spirit's very vague.
We all watched 3 different movies, is what I'm understanding.
Dude, it really feels... It's so light on exposition and
when you're like
devoid.
75% of the way through the movie, all of a sudden there's just this element of true names, and if you tell someone your true name, then they can like manipulate you to do stuff, and it just starts happening, and you're just expected to just go along with it.
Well,
like,
yes,
that's just not brought up at all in the beginning of the movie.
No,
And I was so confused.
there's a lot of this movie is not explained. I want to come out and say I really like this movie.
I really liked it, and part of me did like. I thought it was interesting that they weren't explaining everything.
Yes, I did like to a certain extent that they didn't like that they kind of just throw you in, right?
It's kind of like Akira. Like,
Yes.
shit just keeps happening. You're like, okay, I guess this is how the world works now. And you just have to go along with it
Yes.
because it's a movie.
I would argue Akira doesn't introduce as many things. Akira is one of the greatest movies I think I've ever seen, but it doesn't introduce as many like game-changing elements. It kind of just goes, hey, here's a street punk in the future. Hey, the government has these psychic kids. Hey, the psychic kids can do weird shit. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't explain what the fuck is going on, but it also doesn't, in the third act, go, hey, true names. If they know your true name, then they can control you. You know what I mean?
Was such a cool villain. I thought it was so cool that Willem Dafoe was playing him, but like at the beginning when he's all calm and stuff, like it doesn't really like.
No,
he sounds like he's giving a performance that's like from somebody else
Yes.
entirely, and then when he starts to raise it up a little bit, you're like, oh shit, that's Willem Dafoe.
Yes.
And then he's like he's just doing Willem Dafoe like maniacal villain voice, and it's great, and it sounds, I don't know, I thought that character design was really interesting.
No, it was really good. I like how he, at the end of the day, his villainous motivations are that he's afraid. And then when it's like revealed that he's not this elegant, like mastermind who's going to take over the kingdom or something, he's just like a man afraid of death. He just becomes this like grotesque kind of monster, who has a permanent like fear expression. I loved the third act of this movie.
I also thought it was cool that it was Willem Dafoe. Studio Ghibli always stacks the casts for their English dubs for all these movies.
Mm-hmm.
But then I thought it was interesting and kind of like a good contrast that his like head henchman, the guy he was always picking on, that was Cheech Marin.
That was Cheech.
Yeah.
Cheech, famously from Cheech and Chong.
Famously.
Cheech and Chong
hilarious.
fame. Dude, I liked him. Not in like I liked how sniveling and shitty he was. I didn't like him as a character. I was like, man, you are just. And then he was like, all the henchmen just rode bulls for some reason.
I thought it was crazy that he just kept coming back. Like, I thought he was going to be one and done, and they're like, okay, now we're going to go back and see the whole the kingdom and stuff that he left eventually. We can get away from this guy. I think his name is Hare.
Mm-hmm.
It says here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, he keeps coming back,
Yep.
and he's just so pathetic.
He likes the
And it
punishment,
was-
dude.
He fucking loves it. Here's the thing. This is a constant through Studio Ghibli movies. There is one thing I don't like in Studio Ghibli, and it doesn't detract from the story. It's perfect for the stories. The one thing that always annoys me at the end of Studio Ghibli movies is I'm always like, will you kill that slaver guy? Will you kill fucking Hare, please? Just kill him. He's not a good person. He's going to continue to be a sniveling, awful person. Kill him. Do it right now. Or he's going to be awful again.
I guess we'll have to watch the sequel
Sequel.
to find out.
Tales from Earthsea 2. What the fuck happened in Tales from Earthsea 1?
It's based on a book.
Mm-hmm.
Like a book series. The author said the movie was totally different from my books, and then told the director, it's not my book, it is your movie, it is a good movie. And then later on went to complain about the movie being bad. I wonder how many things, I didn't look up anything about the changes between the books and this. I wonder if they like just like the true name thing was like in there from the beginning. And Goro Miyazaki was like, we don't really need to do that. We can just leave that part out. We can just bring it up when we need to like see it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's annoying, but it's kind of fun, but also like I would not have done that if I was in charge.
No, I think a lot of stuff works in this movie because of how, one, I think the mystery of the characters keeps you interested in the movie. They just never deliver on the mystery of it really doesn't ever explain it. But I think what makes it, in a lot of movies, that would really annoy me. Like in most movies, if they just didn't explain the mystery premise, I think it would really annoy me. But in this movie, because the visuals are so great and because the characters are going on a different, they have a full arc without the mystery being revealed, right? And like the villain is so, like, just the great things about this movie make it so that I'm just like, fine.
Another thing is just how hilarious it was that Cobb was like, trust me, dude, it's not poison. It's not poison. Don't worry. It's not poison. This guy that I've been taught to hate is telling me to drink this thing, and then it's not poison. And then he drinks it, and it's not poison, but it's basically poison.
He drinks it next to immediately. There's like not even a moment of hesitation. He's like, oh, okay.
It wasn't poison, but he essentially was Cosby'd.
I don't.
He took a soul nap after that one. That's the most unrealistic
part of this movie.
The character who is like so distrustful at the beginning of this movie just immediately trusts the villain. He's like, yeah, sure, buddy. You know it, man.
Doesn't trust anybody else.
Yeah. He's like suspicious of Sparrowhawk at the beginning, even though Sparrowhawk, his introduction is saving him from a pack of wolves. And he's like, I don't know about you, Sparrowhawk. But then Cobb's like, I'm the creepiest man you've ever seen. And he's like, oh, what's this mystery liquid? Gimme, gimme. Yum, yum, yum.
Can you at least give some credence to, like, not only is he a murderer on the run, he killed his dad, who's also the king of a kingdom.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Like, warranted some nervousness.
No, I'm not. I'm saying it's weird that he just dropped it so quick. He dropped his nervousness next to immediately.
Well, he's the Archmage.
He was like, fuck it. I've been through the ringer. What's the worst that can happen if I drink this? I don't even know. It looked like wine.
No, he goes, I killed my real dad. I need a new father figure. You're welcome in my life.
And he picked Cobb over Sparrowhawk.
Sparrowhawk's corny, bro.
I don't know. Yeah, that's 10 demerits for puns, Abel.
10.
That was not intended. To defend myself.
Sure.
I'm just saying, he's going through a teenage angsty period, and he
I know, but
doesn't want.
This is my thing. If I were a teenage angsty boy picking dads, and one of them was a weird, skinny elven lad who looked like he was dying, and then the other one was a cool buff dude with a scar on his face who I've seen do magic, I'm going with the buff dude. I'm going with Sparrowhawk.
I mean, one of them wants you to do farm work, and the other one wants to give you lean. So I'm picking cool stepdad over here.
I'm going Sparrowhawk.
I'm taking the scissor sorcerer.
All right, you guys have fun with Cobb as he drains you of your life force or whatever he's doing, and I'm gonna go get buff with Sparrowhawk. All right?
You would, Carter. You would just farm boy it.
Yeah, I fucking would. You're correct. While you guys are wasting away in a castle with nothing, your best friend is Cobb. Your best friends are Cobb and a man who definitely wants to kill you.
Carter, your forearm veins are gonna be so thick. Dude,
after a summer with Sparrowhawk, it's going to be insane.
Golly.
It's going to be insane.
Blood bandwidth. Latency's crazy too.
Ladies, look out. My blood bandwidth is crazy.
This vein is like an inch thick. It's just protruding from my arm.
I'm going to be so vascular after a summer with Sparrowhawk. It's insane. You guys have fun with Cobb, though.
I was just saying.
Take
I
a soul
understand
nap.
why he would want to do that. You know, how old is he supposed to be?
I don't know.
14?
Or no.
No.
Aaron?
Aaron, yes.
I think 17.
17 is what it says on Wikipedia. Yeah, 14, 17.
Yeah, that's what I'm going off of. That's the only information given.
Does Wikipedia have an answer to what the fuck the spirit thing was?
Probably not.
Nah, that's too deep. They don't.
Ask ChatGPT what the spirit thing was in Tales from Earthsea.
Can you explain the spirit thing?
There's another thing that isn't explained. The girl just turns into a dragon.
Wait, hold on. Did Aaron as well?
No, he's riding the dragon. He didn't.
No, he was riding her. It was
At the end, were there two dragons though?
No, there's two. He doesn't turn into a dragon.
Right, but
is she one of the dragons from the beginning?
I think you might see one of the dragons from the beginning.
Or is it her? If she transforms into a dragon, is that like that an ability that she has like before the movie starts? Like,
I don't think so. I don't know.
Yeah, because they like land after flying, and he like puts his hand on her muzzle, I guess. Like, what does a dragon have?
A snout.
And then doesn't she morph back?
But like, I remember being kind of frustrated. I was like, that's when like you change her back, but like she didn't change back. I don't think.
I think she's just a dragon.
I think she changed back, right?
Oh, she does, because during the credits she says goodbye to the lady.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think there's like a smash cut where it shows the dragon, and it cuts back to Aaron, and it cuts back to her, and she's a human because they didn't want to spend the money to animate a transformation thing, maybe, or he's just imagining that she transforms back. I don't know.
It could be anything.
It's left to our interpretation, so that's what happened.
This movie is a choose your own adventure. Okay, it's a choose your own adventure book.
So you could very much enjoy this movie or very much not like it. It's basically you choose.
Here's the deal. If you need all the answers, which I usually do, I really don't understand why I like this movie, why this movie gets a pass and other movies that don't explain things don't. I understand that I'm a hypocrite in this moment, but for some reason this movie gets a pass. Okay? It just does. It's getting a pass. But if you are a person who needs the intricacies of the world and of the characters explained to you, this is not the movie for you. This movie doesn't even explain really who Sparrowhawk is and what his job is. Okay? This movie does not give a shit whether you know anything or not.
So I don't know. We're only like 23 minutes in, but I don't know what else to say. I don't know if you guys have any more.
Because they didn't tell us anything.
Yeah,
So we just invented 20 minutes of stuff about this movie that wasn't even in the movie.
Now that we are officially a dragon podcast, not officially, but we're kind of at this point. It's the month of dragons for some reason.
We're 2 for 2.
2 for 2. We're 2 for 2 dragons. Who do you think would win, Saphira or the girl who turns into a dragon at the end?
Is it just the dragons, or do the riders get to be on the dragon as well?
I'm gonna be real.
Because we don't.
Aaron with that magic sword would fuck Aragon up. I'm not
hold
even
on,
gonna.
No, hold on. Saphira can't even live without.
True.
Aragon.
Yeah, but like it doesn't mean that he has to fight with her.
Nobody's got to be there.
Be alive.
He does, because he's her rider. They're a package deal.
I'm taking Saphira and Aragon then.
I don't know if I am. I'm taking Aaron and the girl, because Aaron just has to get one blow off with that magic ass sword.
Aaron's low-key a bumbling idiot, though.
Aragon is high-key a bumbling idiot.
Yeah, but he has a dragon telepathically bonded to him that can be like, hey, dummy, do this instead.
Yeah, but she never does.
Yeah, she does.
I don't know. Saphira has proven battle experience, and what's her name?
I don't know.
I forgot the name.
The dragon girl.
from Earthsea.
The
dragon.
Teru. Yeah, Teru.
I think Teru only has proven battle experience against a very weak guy named Cobb, of all names.
That magic sword is crazy.
On the Saphira side.
The magic sword
just the dragons.
Just the dragons. I think it's Saphira. If we get Aragon and Aaron involved, I think because then all you have to do is kill Aragon, and I think Aaron one-shots Aragon.
Well, like when they're on top of the dragons, do you think that?
Oh wait, yeah. Why is Aaron a part of this conversation? What the fuck? You're playing unfair games here.
What do you mean? I'm bringing both their riders.
Aaron is
but Teru doesn't need Aaron to live.
Right, but they're in love. They're a package deal.
No, love isn't real, Carter. Shut up.
Saphira.
Love isn't real, Carter. Shut up. Official opinion of this podcast. Official opinion of the podcast, Pacific Standard, guys. Love isn't real. Shut up.
And that's why I think that Saphira would lose against Teru. It's because love isn't real.
Love isn't real. Mason. So their bond isn't real. Aragon and Saphira's bond is not real.
The first time we review a movie with like a romantic storyline, I'm gonna be like, I love these characters so much.
Mason, you talk a big game about being anti-love, but you are the most romantical, lovey-dovey dude I think I've ever met.
Not true. What's next on the docket?
Next up.
Folks.
Mason starts going into an ad. Mason does an ad. We got to decide a winner here. I think me and Abel are saying fucking Aaron and Teru.
I knew I was going to pick the losing side.
I think you're putting words in my mouth. I'm picking Saphira. I don't think the sword means anything if they're both on top of the dragons and he's not going to be able to like hit Aragon with it. Did
you see the way Saphira dodged the big shadow dragon?
True.
She's gonna dodge Teru and then body check her, and there's Aaron gone. He's out of the equation now.
Yeah, True. No sword.
All right, okay. All right, Aragon versus Aaron, though, 1v1. Aaron wipes
Carter
the floor.
Is very sad about this.
I'm very sad. I just want Aragon to die because I don't like him, okay?
If they're both kind of bumbling idiots, then Aaron versus Aragon comes down to like Aragon's weird sword versus Aaron's magic sword. Like magic sword wins.
I think magic sword definitely wins.
Which sword is cooler looking though?
It depends on what you're going for. Am I putting it on the cover of a death metal album or am I walking around with it?
With an animated.
No, you're putting it on the cover of Aragon.
I like Aaron's sword better because it's cleaner. Aragon's sword has it's got a lot of bells and whistles.
That's the legacy.
I don't remember what they look like.
Abel's looking up swords now.
The bells and whistles, it holds the heritage of the sword.
I mean, I guess.
That doesn't even matter.
That's where it's contained.
The bells and the whistles?
Yeah, if you take them off, then it's just a sword.
Yeah.
Hilt, handle, blade. Every sword's got that. Not every sword has the bells and whistles.
I mean, when you're right, Mason.
I'm just stating it how it is.
I mean, Aaron's sword does have...
There's like a couple boobs on it.
Okay, so Aaron's sword wins. Like, who doesn't like boobs? Like,
boobs?
I think that's universal, right? Can't get canceled for that.
Can't get canceled for that.
That's how I make all of my decisions.
Yeah.
I'm not affiliated with them.
With us or boobs?
At this moment in time, neither. Both.
Okay.
This movie came out in Japan in 2006 and then came out in America in 2010. That's crazy.
What?
They weren't ready.
Yeah.
4 years.
They weren't ready. We had to hold it.
It took them 4 years to nab Willem Dafoe.
And Cheech.
Don't
forget Cheech. Cheech was probably the tough get. He was probably stoned and not picking up the phone.
Yeah, they were like, Cheech, we're calling
for 4 years.
They were like, we can't get a hold of Cheech. And the director's like, it has to be Cheech. It can't be anyone else.
Let's see. Mason, what would you give this movie?
Although I did sort of like the element that we discussed of like not really fully explaining the plot as it went along and just kind of allowing things to develop and you to just gather your own opinion of what's happening. I do like the deeper explanations and the deeper like world building of certain movies. So I think that would like tick it down a point for me, but I think I would still give it like, I think a 7.
Solid. I think I personally would give it like a 6. It was kind of entertaining. Yeah, just not knowing everything that was going to happen, or like not knowing how everything was happening as you were watching it. But I don't know, generic fantasy kind of material. It didn't feel like it really did a whole lot new, which I can enjoy a little bit because I did also enjoy Aragon, but I wouldn't say Aragon is a great movie or whatever. Yeah, I think a 5 or a 6. I'll go with a 6 for now. How about you, Carter?
I'm with Mason here. I'm gonna give it a 7. It's a 7 because it obviously they don't tell you anything, right? So I have to mark it down for literally telling the audience nothing, not even showing. It's not like they show and it's not it's nothing. They don't tell us what's going on, but it's gorgeous. Like they clearly took their time and like they put effort into the animation. It's heart. It's got that Ghibli heart that I love. Ghibli or Ghibli, I never know. And then yeah, it's just a good story. And what I really liked about it is usually while I'm watching movies, in the back of my head, there's a little voice that just tells me whatever the next scene is going to be, right? Like I just usually can guess every part of this movie, or not of this. I usually can guess every thing that's going to happen in a movie, and this one threw me for I really thought the king was going to come back, and he never, like the opening of this movie is never referenced again, and it really threw me. So
it's crazy because like your normal instincts are to, okay, so this was in the beginning, so by the end it'll be back, and they just decided not to do that, which I guess that's unique.
That's unique.
Yeah,
through
it's
me.
Surprising.
I didn't think the second act closer was going to be Cobb being like, drink this tea, and then fucking Aaron taking a soul nap. Yeah, I'm going to give it a 7. I really liked it. The visuals were great. The characters were great. Sparrowhawk reigns supreme. Yeah. We have officially reviewed and ranked Tales from Earthsea. Why don't you tell us what we're talking about next week? And then I want to ask both of you if you've watched anything other than this that you've loved, if you're excited for anything that's coming out, any games, books, movies, TV show, anything. What do you guys got?
I just watched the other night, Late Night with the Devil, for the first time. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but it's a horror movie that's like dressed as like a found footage tape that was found of a late night talk show in the 70s. Pretty nuts. There's lots of really cool like practical effects of really, really horrifying shit. It was really, really good. I would recommend it to anybody who has a strong stomach and likes horror movies. Yeah.
Sweet. Mason, you got anything?
Carter, you remember us discussing Kingdom of Heaven?
Yes.
I ended up watching it. It was actually very good, I thought.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, Orlando Bloom is the main character, and I would say he's decent. Like, I don't think he's, like, bad. Mm. His father is Liam Neeson. I don't think he's great in this. But Ed Norton is the king. Mm-hmm. He plays King Baldwin, who has leprosy, so he wears a mask the whole movie. But I thought his performance in this movie was great. And that was the reason that I checked out the movie in the first place. Because I saw like clips of it on Instagram, and I was trying to figure out what it was. And then I finally did, and I think the reviews were mixed. But a lot of people were saying that like Ed Norton, with being behind the mask, felt like he could more freely explore the character. And I felt like his performance was really good. And I felt like I was every time his character showed up, I felt like I was like hanging on his every word. So that was a really good one that I watched. I'm looking forward to 28 Years Later.
Yeah, me too. I actually am very excited for that.
Yeah, from Danny Boyle.
Mm-hmm.
I just watched 28 Weeks Later.
Mm-hmm.
But 28 Days Later is scrubbed from the internet, dude.
Dude, you can't find it anywhere. It's gone.
It's Sony. What the fuck?
Sony hates when people watch their movies. It seems like it's like they actively don't want us to watch them.
I need my guy Cillian Murphy and some zombies.
Sony is committed to keeping piracy alive and well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm not trying to watch it on YouTube with background music the entire time.
Yes. No, I agree. It makes it like it. I agree. I hate it. It annoys me. That's those. Yeah, I'm excited for those two. And I like your pick. I'm going to have to go. I got 2 movies that I saw this month. And one that I'm excited for coming out. In October, I watched 2 movies. I watched The Wild Robot and Transformers 1. One of which everyone saw, being The Wild Robot, and one of which no one saw, which is Transformers 1. I loved both those movies. Everyone should go check them out and watch them, I think. They're great. And I would argue for both of them that they are great outside of being kids' movies. Like they are good. They're very good just movies in general. The thing I'm
surprising
excited
for the Transformers one.
That's what
that did not look good.
That's the problem, I think, Abel. The marketing for Transformers 1 is terrible. It's absolutely awful. It just seemed like
it's called 1.
Yes. It seems like from the trailers, it seems like the lowest denominator, like just basic kids movie of all time. And then you watch it and you're like, oh shit. That guy got ripped in half, literally. I saw robot intestines come out of that guy. That's crazy. But then the thing I'm excited for comes out in November is Arcane Season 2. And I do not play League of Legends, but Arcane Season 1 is an amazing show, and I am so excited for Season 2.
Yeah, I'll admit that, like, because it's gotten great reviews and stuff on Netflix. Mm-hmm. Because I am a dude who likes all, like, the background information and stuff and not feeling like I don't know what's going on. Because I'm not a League player, that's definitely why I didn't watch it.
You need to know zero about League of Legends. I would argue that knowing about League of Legends might actually detract from the show.
Okay.
Because I don't know shit about it. I have never played League.
Everyone that I know that plays League of Legends has told me that I should not get into League of Legends.
You shouldn't.
That's true. I've literally never heard a person who plays League of Legends go, I enjoy my time doing this.
I wish more people did this.
They're always like, this is hell.
There's self-hating people within a couple games, and I would say it's like League of Legends and Overwatch. If you're not already addicted or deep in it, don't dip your toe in now. Like, now is not the time to get into it.
Stay out.
Your mental health is not worth it. Save yourself.
Don't make the mistakes I made. I think that's the show, right, guys?
Yeah. Well, we'll be back next week, and we'll be watching Treasure Island. No,
Planet.
Not Treasure Island. Treasure Planet.
Treasure Planet.
I thought we were watching Treasure Island. We were actually watching Treasure Planet. I texted beforehand because I realized they were 2 separate movies, and then we watched them, and we'll be talking about them next week.
Thank you for listening, guys.
Take care, everybody. Have a good one.